and welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer, and today's video is going to be a quick speed build, or well, a room build of a beautiful, beautiful room that I found on Pinterest and I just had to build. It does take a little bit before we really get going, but, and you see there where I don't complete the walls. I'm just trying to plan out where some doorways are going to go, make sure I've got the space that I want, and I end up still like expanding it some more. I love this room build, and I wish I could think of a house to put it together with, because it's just incredible, and it uses some of my favorite CC, you know, of course, a mix between Peacemaker and FelixandreSims. So yeah, I'm just a happy girl about this, but it took me a minute. I'm just gonna be very honest with you guys, and I still did a few tweaks off camera. Like, Felixander, may I please request that you make a those are two space windows anyways, but like, so it's not centered. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you're a genius, so you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have time, I completely and 100% understand. So anyways, but yeah, this is kind of like a dream living room for me. I love it. I adore it. And I ended up like throwing in for the screenshots a couple of like spaces around here so that they just weren't pictures of the green in the background. Because, you know, I didn't want it to be like that. But it's a very warm tone room. I got a comment on one of the videos before where I'd gone for more rich tones outside, and then the inside was still very cool, and it kind of threw her off. And I completely invited her to, you know, remodel it and let me see how it turned out. But I just, you know, cool tones are what I like personally. They're just my aesthetic. But I wanted in this to do more of a warm rustic tone, a more homey kind of feel, because a lot of people really enjoy that. And this kind of actually reminds me a little bit of Sims 3. So when earlier today, which by the way, now I really want to play the Sims 3 and record some of that for you guys. So if you'd like to see that, let me know, because that'll give me a reason to figure out, you know, how I want to do that. But anyways, yeah, my goodness. This reminds me a lot of that, because I was more into warm tones whenever I was playing The Sims 3. I'm doing a lot of work here trying to make it look a specific way, and it's just not happening, because we just can't have the same. There's a detail over that archway that I'm working on that's rounded, but then you still have the rest of the ceiling above it in the kind of not exposed brick piece, and I'm just trying to find a way to make it look like that, because it also adds some depth to the room. It kind of makes a slight doorway effect there, and then it makes that area there be a specific feature area, which in the picture it was kind of like semi a bar, semi storage in that space. And I decided that towards the end that I'd prefer if that was actually like an office specific space. And in the actual picture, the couch actually lines up with that opening, but in The Sims it just doesn't translate the same way. So I end up deciding to do it a little different, and we actually end up with a sitting area, like a formal, and a conversation space, if that makes sense. Which, by the way, I wish you could paint ceilings so much right now for this specific reason, but even the white turned out so awesome, and I took a couple screenshots looking up of these, because the whole reason I wanted to do these, which I realized that I probably should have done after I furnished. Oops, hit the mic. But yeah, I should have done that after I furnished, so that it would be a lot easier for you guys to see and for me to work. But you know, I never learn. So I feel like I need to go table shopping, and I do need to take a few more tables out that are still not working. You know, nobody has time for that though. Which, by the way, I'm recording this video and the Fat to Fit challenge with Akira on Sunday morning, because I'm going Sunday night to see Black Panther, and I'm so excited. I love Marvel movies. I worked so hard to get this to look right, and I just ended up still not finding the right chair. Sorry guys, you get to watch me search and search and search for a specific chair. It looks just like that one from Vanity is what keeps coming up in my head. Vintage Glamour, there we go. It looked just like the Vintage Glamour one, but not that like super plasticky feel. It was very formal and like had the same toned wood that Peacemaker has, that light kind of antique wood. Yeah, it just... Anyways, so, but I'm going to see Black Panther tonight. I'm super excited. I love Marvel movies. I love the cast for this particular Marvel movie. I'm so happy. Oh, I thought that I cut that out. Oh well. So I move on at some point. I think I move on from trying to do this. But anyway, so I love this cast. I can't wait to see it. This is one of the best storylines in Marvel. I'm a huge Hulk fan, so that tells you a little bit about my personality, but okay. I didn't realize I had that bar. It makes me so happy looking at it. Anyways, but yeah, Black Panther is just an incredible storyline, and it's supposed to be the most visually amazing one that we've had ever, so I'm pumped up. Also, I don't know if I recorded it, but I ended up taking out that side one and adding quite a few more cabinets there. I don't remember. It's been a couple days since I recorded this, but yeah, and I had it all edited and ready to go except for actually doing the voiceover. So sorry, I get to it eventually. Oh yeah, I wanted to put a chimney breast in here to kind of take up some of the space, which made me have to move stuff around. This room is so cool and can be so amazing, and I don't know what to say. I'm so happy with it. Part of me wishes that I could do voiceover while I'm creating this, but I have to speed these up so much that there's no way I could voice over and tell you what I was thinking while doing Create a Sim, or well, I can do Create a Sim voiceover, I guess, but just doing these, it takes me so long, and I'm so deliberate with everything and thinking about it. And like these rugs alone, I was thinking about these as somebody went on a trip and they bought them from a local merchant, and they're from, one's from East Asia and one's from and I didn't realize that didn't work. Anyways, and one's from Africa or Machu Picchu, something like that. And they ended up, getting those and wanting to keep them in their house. And so if that one that I showed, like, that would be covered up by the other one, and it would be covering up the beautiful print or something like that. And I didn't want to do that. So I did this other one, and these are the things that I think of whenever I make my Sims houses, especially in something like this. Like, I put a lot of statues and different things into those bookshelves over there, off camera, of course, because you guys don't need to see me putting all that in. That would just bore you half to death. Oh, FelixandreSims mirrors are so beautiful. Anyways, but yeah, I just, every little piece that I put in, there's a story behind it. I think about where the family had gone and how they found it, and what's their favorite artist and things like that. But yeah, this section here that's 3 tiles wide, in the actual picture, it's everything's a little bit closer together, and it just, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't, like, the space in front of the doors is the same, like what I've placed in front of there, but somehow it just doesn't line up the same. I don't know if it maybe the chimney breast could have brought it out more, like if I could have made that a 4 tile or what, but I still feel like this is gorgeous and it worked out well. It's just, it's so large. Like, how do I actually make that work out, Sorry, I just had to stop the recording for a second because I forgot to take the audio out of this part that I recorded. And, oh boy, it was like I could hear myself chewing on a cough drop the whole time I was creating. And it just, that's another reason that you guys don't want to, have me voice over while building, because I have to do stuff like chew on mints or cough drops or stuff like that so that I can keep focused. And on top of that, And typically whenever I'm reviewing these so that I can remember while I'm reviewing, I chew on the same mint or do something like that, because it's a memory technique. If you're studying for a big exam at school and you just can't think of, or you usually have the issue where you can kind of see the page, but you can't access that memory if you chew gum, or if you suck on a mint while you're studying and then you do that during test time, it'll help you remember, because it's engaging another one of your senses into the memory. So that's just something that I learned in elementary school, and it's stuck with me ever since. So I always tell people, if you have that opportunity, absolutely do that. And there's me giving up on using that beautiful curio cabinet that I wanted to use and going for a full-on set up an office here sort of situation. I still had that same issue of wanting it to look really rich and antique, and like all the furniture was old and really valued, but not in amazing shape, but still, like you go in and you're super impressed. Even though this desk is kind of an afterthought, I still wanted it to have all of those qualities. And that curio cabinet just kind of had those sorts of things to it, where I felt like the desk here kind of took a little bit of the formality away from this room, even though it is kind of super informal. Well, it's upscale. It's there's exposed brick, and there's a bar on one side of the fireplace, and the dining area is in the same room as all of it. So here's me failing at knowing where to place something, and then failure. I'm a failure. It's okay. Hope you don't get motion sickness. Oh my gosh. So we went yesterday, we went to a place called Oberly Meats in St. John, Missouri, to get just fresh farm raised meat for our dinners, because we wanted to make sure that, we're taking in less chemicals, less processing stuff, or less processed foods, and just having the best for us. I saw that just was never going to work. Anyways, and it just, where did I get on that subject? How did I get there? Come on, brain. I'm not inserting another brain death moment there, I promise, Tony. But anyway, we went there and it was just amazing. Everything was so delicious and smelled amazing. And because they have like smoked meats that they set out on the counter that you can like get sandwiches and things from. It was a good time. I feel like these people would go do stuff like that. Like they get their meats all from specifically a butcher. Oh, that mirror is so beautiful. And I feel like it brings the room together a little bit more. Fun story. While I was recording this, I was listening to a documentary on a female serial killer, because I'm weird like that. Sorry, guys. It's really going to bug me that I can't remember why I started to tell you guys the Oberly Meat story. Oh, well. We're almost to the screenshots now. Just a few of them pretty quickly to kind of showcase a little bit more, and to showcase like the work that I put in for the screenshots, because I built and then I built for the screenshots. So, hopefully you enjoy them as much as I enjoyed making this for you. I really appreciate you guys watching, and can't wait to hear your feedback on this one. And just so you know, I am taking your feedback. I made a warm tone, a really rich tone build for you. So keep letting it come across. I love hearing back from you guys, and I hope you have an absolutely awesome rest of your week. And don't forget to like, share, and comment, and of course, subscribe if you're new and you liked what you saw. And I will see you guys later. Have a great week. Bye.